300 engines cut to silence at exactly the same moment. No warning, no signal, just silence. A street that was empty 30 minutes ago now trembled under chrome and leather. The ground shook, windows rattled, a woman peered through her curtains, her coffee going cold in her hand. The boy on a bicycle stopped pedaling. He just stared. Hundreds of riders, leather vests, American flags snapping in the October wind. But no one was celebrating. No one was cheering. Every single face was serious. Every engine was off. Every rider stood still like soldiers at attention. At the center of it all, one small white house. A porch light on in the middle of the day. An American flag by the door. Curtains that hadn't moved. Someone inside that house had no idea any of this was happening. Someone inside that house was dying. And every one of these riders had left their job, their family, their life, to be on this street today. All because of one letter, 2 paragraphs, one trembling hand. What was written on that page changed every person who read it. 40 years ago, Ray Kowalski ran toward gunfire so strangers could sleep safely. Now he couldn't cross his own living room without stopping to catch his breath. There's a photograph on his mantle. Ray at 23, jaw set, eyes fierce. Standing somewhere in the desert, rifle in hand, sun behind him, he looks like a man who believed in something. He served 3 tours, came home every time, raised his daughter Carla alone, coached Little League on Saturday mornings. Ray was the kind of man a town quietly depends on.
This. No need.
But that man now sat in a recliner, an oxygen tube across his lip. His uniform still hung in the hallway, pressed, metal straight, exactly where he left it. He just couldn't reach it anymore. Terminal lung cancer, diagnosed 14 months ago. The doctors gave him 6 weeks, 3 months back. He wasn't afraid of dying. He made peace with death on a rooftop in Fallujah. What terrified Ray was dying unwitnessed, dying quiet, dying like he never mattered. His daughter Carla lived 4 states away. He told her not to rush, told everyone not to make a fuss. But Ray had one thing left to say, and he wrote it down. Ray Kowalski had asked for nothing his whole life. Writing those 2 paragraphs was the hardest thing he'd ever done. On a Tuesday morning, he called his nurse Donna. He asked for 3 things: a pen, a piece of paper, time alone.
Donna thought he was writing a will. He wasn't.
Ray had ridden with Rolling Thunder back in the 90s. Veterans on motorcycles, riding for the forgotten. He hadn't been on his bike in years. It sat under a tarp in the garage, collecting dust. The letter was short, 2 paragraphs, no fancy words, just Ray being Ray.
I'm not asking for a parade. I'm not asking for speeches. I just don't want to go out of this world quiet like I never stood for anything.
If there's anyone out there who understands that, I'd be glad for the company. He handed the letter to Donna. He asked her to post it on the Rolling Thunder Facebook page.
Then he said something that broke her heart.
Promise me, if nothing happens, you won't tell me. I've been let down by enough things in this life.
Donna promised. 3 days passed. Ray didn't ask. Donna didn't say a word.
Somewhere out there, 1 share became 10. 10 became 100. And a man named Big Dave in Cincinnati read that letter 3 times, jaw tight, hand hovering over his phone. What happened next, no algorithm could have predicted, and no one who was there would ever forget it. On a Friday morning, 6 days after the letter was posted, Ray was in his recliner, volume low, neighborhood quiet.
Donna was in the kitchen. The neighborhood had been completely quiet, just 60 seconds ago.
Then Ray heard something, low at first, just a rumble, deep in his sternum, like distant thunder moving closer. He knew that sound. He'd know it anywhere. Then Donna appeared in the doorway. She was crying. She'd been crying for 10 minutes and hadn't said a word.
Ray,
you to look outside.
He moved slow. Ray always moves slow now, but he got to that window. And what he saw stopped his breath entirely. Motorcycles, dozens, then more behind those, pulling onto his street in a slow, respectful procession. Leather vests, American flags on every handlebar, snapping hard in the October wind. Men and women of every age. A father and his teenage son. A woman in her 70s, Vietnam veteran pin on her chest. They came from 5 states. Some drove through the entire night. Big Dave was at the front. He cut his engine, walked up the porch steps, and knocked. Ray opened the door. Neither man spoke for a long moment. 300 people held their breath. Then Big Dave's voice, low and steady. "We got your letter, brother." And Ray, a man who hadn't cried since 1987, sat down on his porch steps and wept. Ray didn't get a parade. He got something better. 4 hours of people who chose to show up. No speeches, no agenda, no cameras rolling for the news. They sat on his porch, on his lawn, on the hoods of their bikes. They told stories. Ray told his. Someone brought coffee. Nobody remembered who. His daughter Carla watched from a video call, 4 states away, hand pressed over her mouth.
Not saying a word, just watching her father seen, finally, for everything he was.
Then a woman named Teresa stepped forward. She'd driven from Indianapolis.
She carried something folded under her arm, carefully, like it was made of glass. A flag. I brought it because someone had shown up for him, the way he showed up for you.
Ray held that flag like a man who understood exactly what it meant. 11 days later, on a quiet Sunday afternoon, Ray Kowalski passed away. Donna was with him. The Rolling Thunder chapter rode past his house one final time. The whole neighborhood came out. The boy on the bicycle was there. Ray didn't go out quiet. He didn't go out like he never mattered. He went out like a man who spent a lifetime standing for something. The letter still exists. Carla framed it. 2 paragraphs. A pen to ask the courage. Remember the beginning of this story. 300 engines cutting to silence at exactly the same moment. Now you know why. That silence wasn't just respect. That silence was a message. 300 people from 5 states saying the same thing without a single word. We got your letter, brother. Ray Kowalski spent 40 years standing for others. He never asked for anything in return. One time, just once, he picked up a pen. He wrote 2 paragraphs. He asked not to be forgotten, and the world answered. Not with headlines, not with medals, with engines, with leather vests, with presents. That's what Ray wanted. That's what Ray deserved. And here's the truth. There are thousands of Rays out there right now, sitting in recliners, oxygen tubes across their lips, uniforms pressed in hallways they can't reach anymore, waiting, hoping someone shows up. If you believe their stories deserve to be heard, subscribe. That's how we keep telling them.
Because next time, a 9-year-old girl wrote a single letter to a homeless veteran on Christmas Eve.
What came back changed her entire town forever. Don't miss it.